Hello everybody. This is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Happy Wednesday. I hope you are having a great afternoon. So today I am going to work on an arrangement for my home. This is a tin container with 3 different little tin bases. I usually place this container on my piano. And so I wanted to add some artificial fall flowers for my piano. So I'm going to start out with using a little bit of greenery. So I have got these artificial bushes. We have them here at the flower shop. And I am going to pull the tags off because I don't need tags stuck in my vase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flare them out. I'm going to take those stems and just kind of flare them out. Now I know that looks like a lot, but I'm going to want to put my other flowers kind of down into these greens, and so they're really just going to kind of hold my other flowers in place. So I'm just kind of flaring them out. Now you can certainly cut them up into pieces if you want to. This way I can use it in a different arrangement. And so I always like, when I'm working with artificials at home, I always like to leave a good bit of length on my greenery or the flowers that I use, because next year I'm probably not going to make the same arrangement. I like things to look different every year, but I like to be able to use it. So I just kind of flared out that greenery and tucked that right in. Next, I have had this eucalyptus for years. It actually came from Hobby Lobby, and you see it's dropping some leaves. This is supposed to be a silver dollar eucalyptus, but it's in fall colors. And so for height, I thought we would tuck these stems right down into these containers just to give us a little bit of height. And you can see they're kind of tattered, but it's okay because, quite honestly, they're covered up by all of the other stuff, and so it's not a big deal at all. And when you have something like this that is tattered, just take your snips and snip off anything that doesn't look pretty. So I'm going to tuck those in. Just kind of twist them and turn them and fluff them. Okay, so there's my eucalyptus tucked in. And I have a couple of leaves that fell off, so I am going to place them. There's a few little spots here. Stick these leaves over here in this bare spot. And that way it'll no longer be bare. Okay, so I have my eucalyptus in place. Next, I have some cotton stems. And this cotton came from the flower shop. We have it here for sale. It's $6 a stem. And so I have a cotton wreath that's hanging on my wall there in my living room. And I also have a little painting of cotton that my grandmother painted when I was a little girl. And so I like to pull cotton in there just so that it kind of pulls through. So I'm going to take these stems. I'm going to pull my tags off, and I'm going to tuck a few stems into these containers. I also like the fact that this cotton is white and pulls the white from my container. And with it's actually artificial cotton. I mean, the actual cotton itself is just synthetic cotton, but these are actual cotton bolls that they've attached, so it looks real. So, but you can adjust them. They're on a wire, so they're very adjustable, which is always nice. be sure that you kind of tuck that cotton right back in. Sometimes it gets pulled out, so just tuck it back in. I have a couple more stems, so I'm going to put a couple more stems in, I think. Now at my house, I like all of the fall colors, so I'm kind of bright fall colors. You can do this with any color scheme. You do not have to do it fall if you don't want to. You can do it year round. You can do it however you'd like. But I really like pretty fall colors, and the oranges and the yellows and the greens, and so you'll see me use lots of fall colors, but that's not, you can always take this idea and make it your own, which is the wonderful part about it, right? All right, okay, so there's our cotton in place, and quite honestly, you really could almost just leave it like that, but you know me, I'm not. I have these really pretty fall leaves. We also have these at the shop, and this stem here at the shop is $5, so it's not very expensive, and that's a pretty big leaf. And so I thought, let's give some greenery back behind, or a little more color back behind. So I'm going to take this stem, and I'm just going to tuck it back here in the back. And see how it gives us some color back there? And anytime you're working with artificial, be sure to fluff them. It's important you breathe life into those things, okay? So take them and twist them and fluff them, because it sure does make them look prettier. And you can even look, it'll just bend. So I'm going to take this one and kind of bend it, so it makes it, gives us a little bit of flow. And let's take one more for the other side. Now at my house, what I do after the season is I take and just put all of my fall materials into a big box. And so over the years, some of my flowers have been cut short, and some of them have been used in other places and here and there. And so I have some really short sunflowers that I wanted to put in. I'm going to start out with these large sunflowers, and thankfully I left my stems pretty long on these. So I'm going to take a few sunflowers, and I'm going to tuck those right in. I have those two yellow, and then I have this beautiful orangey colored one. So I thought, tuck that guy in. Now the wonderful part is, like I said, you can kind of fluff them and move them and adjust them. Okay, so there's my 3 large sunflowers. And then I have some really short sunflowers. And so with these really short sunflowers, and I'm not sure what in the world I use them for. They may have even been in a wreath, I'm not sure. But I have some really short ones. And so what I thought we would do with these guys, my cotton kind of got on them. I thought some of them we can leave short and just kind of tuck in low. And then others, if we need some length, I brought my little wood picks. So these are just wired wood picks. And so what I'm going to do is just take that stem, lay it right on top of that pick, and I am just going to wrap that wire around and around to hold that flower right on that wood pick. And then you have a longer stem. Works out perfect. Now, if you're going to make this arrangement for someone else, be sure to tape that stem so that it won't come off. And I would use like florist tape, which is corsage tape. But this is for my house. I'm not going to be pulling on it or anything like that. So that's going to give me enough length. And I am just going to tuck that guy right over into that arrangement. And it gives me just a little more length to hold him in, so he's not quite so short. And that cotton just got everything so fuzzy. I'm gonna get this one a little length. Let's see. But you can kind of put your sunflowers here and there. I'm gonna put a pick on the bottom of this one because he's short. And I'm afraid if I just stick his little short self in there, he's not gonna stay in. So I'm gonna add a little pick to it. All right, so at my house, I'm using pumpkins, and I'm using some white pumpkins and some orange pumpkins. So I'm using berries, just a little bit of everything. If it's fall, I use it. So I have, let's see. I had some of these these little pumpkin picks that I found at one of the dollar stores. I'm using some white pumpkins and orange pumpkins at the house. And so I thought, well, let me just use these. They were very inexpensive. So I just picked them up, but I thought I might tuck some of these little pumpkins, and I do have white pumpkins in other arrangements. And so you can stick them here and there, and if you don't, you can add whatever you would like. If you want to go ahead and make this a Halloween arrangement, you could do that. And if you need more length, of course, add you some more length. I also had a garland that had fallen apart, and it had this eucalyptus on it. And so you know me, if you've watched any of my videos, I always tell you when working with artificials, always save the foliage. You can always use it for something. So what I'm doing is I'm extending the length of that little stem, and I'm going to add us just a little bit of this pretty green into this arrangement. And so I'm just putting this pick on it, and what it's doing is it's just kind of softening the arrangement and adding just another color, another texture. What is he looking for, Owen?
The hamburger buns.
The buns are right there in the cabinet. I just ate one, and I know there's at least 2 left. And it's a Walmart bag. It's it's blue.
Try the refrigerator. You can't find them all.
Well, they're there. I used them. There weren't many left in the bag, but if nothing else, use that bread.
Mom said there wasn't enough in the bag, but if nothing else, use the bread. So I think that must be the last one.
I don't think I did.
All right.
Okay, so when looking at this arrangement, I think I need to change something. To me, this red is heavier than this yellow. So when you look at colors, the yellow is a lighter color than that reddish orange color. So, oh, pumpkins are gonna fall out. I'm gonna take and trade positions. I'm gonna add this yellow up top because it's lighter in color, and I'm gonna put this reddish orange down toward the bottom. Now visually it looks better, because for me personally, visually, this guy is heavier than this guy, so that's the reason I decided to do that. And then I'm gonna put my pumpkins back. And then I'm gonna finish adding, I just added picks to all of my greenery. So I'm gonna finish adding my little greenery. And there we have it. There is our arrangement for the piano. Now you can always adjust and work with it. If you want to add ribbon, you can certainly add ribbon to your arrangement. If you're like me, I usually, when I place this on my piano, I have pumpkins kind of gathered under the bottom there. And I also have a little sign that says, "It's fall, y'all." So it's decorated. It has plenty when I add the other stuff to the piano. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me this afternoon. And thank you for following and subscribing to our channel. Guys, we are so excited about the growth of our channel. If you have any suggestions for something you'd like to see, drop that in the comments. We'd love to see those. If you have any questions, let us know those too. And be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell down below so that you know when we put on a new video. Have a great day.